Hi, I'm Elaine, and this is an ukulele tutorial for It's Quiet Uptown from Hamilton. If you're looking for a cover video, you can check out the collaboration that I did with Alex Denny on his channel. Alex is also a musician and he posts a lot of Hamilton ukulele covers, and you should check them out. If you're interested in more ukulele tutorials and play-alongs, you can subscribe to my channel. I post a new video every Sunday. For this tutorial, first I'm going to go over how to play the basic chord progression and the variants of that chord progression. Second, I'll go over the strum pattern used for most of the song. Third, I'll go over how to play Hamilton's section, the picking pattern, and some of the different chords used there. And finally, I'll go over the picking riff that you'll hear. To play the basic chord progression, you only need to know 4 chords. The first chord is an F. That's middle finger on second fret of the G string, index finger on the first fret of the E string, C, ring finger on the third fret of the A string, a B flat, bar the E and A strings with your index finger, and then stack your middle finger and your ring finger, and then D minor. This is the same as an F, but with your ring finger on the second fret of the C string. So I would suggest practicing those 4 chords first. The way that the chords fit together is that you have F for 4 beats, C for 4 beats, B flat for 4 beats, and then you have a split measure. That's when you switch chords in the middle of the measure. So you have D minor for 2 beats and C for 2 beats. Now I'll play through the basic chord progression with single strums. So I'll do 1 strum on each beat. So a 1, 2, 3, 4, F, C, B flat, D minor, C, again, F, C, B flat, D minor, C. The nice thing about the basic chord progression is that you can actually play it for most of the song. You don't really need to learn the variants. There's not that much of an audible difference. However, I'm going to go over the variants because that corresponds to what I'm playing in the cover as well as the chords used in the original. For the first variant on the basic chord progression, you'll need the chord A minor. You play an A minor by putting your middle finger on the second fret of the G string. Now, for this variant, you'll start off with F for 4 beats, but then instead of going to a C, you'll go to A minor for 4 beats, and then the rest is the same. So you have B flat for 4 beats, and then a split measure between D minor for 2 beats, and C for 2 beats. This is used at the beginning when Angelica sings, "There are moments that the words don't reach." Altogether, this sounds something like F, A minor, B flat, D minor, C. For the second variant of the basic chord progression, you'll need to learn 2 new chords. If you're new to uke or you think this is a little bit too complicated, again, you can just play through the basic chord progression. Now, the 2 new chords you'll need are a B flat sus2. This is a B flat, but without your middle finger on the C string. And you'll need a C sus4. So that is essentially a C major chord, but with your index finger on the first fret of the E string. So it's very easy to switch between C and C sus4. The second variant starts with F for 4 beats, C for 4 beats. Instead of going to a B flat, go to a B flat sus2. The split measure gets a little bit more complicated, so instead of going for D minor for 2 beats and C for 2 beats, you do D minor for 2 beats, and then go to C sus4 for 1 beat, and then C for 1 beat. Altogether, the second variant sounds like this. You have F for 4 beats, C for 4 beats, B flat sus2, D minor, C sus4, C. Now I'll go over the strum pattern used for most of the song. If you're a beginner and strum patterns are kind of hard, then you can practice with just 1 strum per beat, as I demonstrated in the previous section. Another way you can simplify it is by only playing the basic chord progression for the entire song, so that only has the chords F, C, B flat, and D minor, and not worrying about the variants. Now I'll show you how to play the strum pattern used for most of the song. I'll be demoing on open strings, so your left hand doesn't have to do anything. One technique for learning a strum pattern is before you play it, try to say it first. So before I start playing, I'll actually just talk it out loud twice so you can get a sense of what we're working with. So the strum pattern is down, down, up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 down. I would suggest practicing that a few times. You can speak it through a few times, try playing it a few times, so that way you get it into your noggin. Now I'll go over how to play the strum pattern with the chords from the basic chord progression. Now most of the time you'll have 1 strum pattern per chord. The exception is the split measure between D minor and C. In this case, we'll switch chords in the middle of the strum pattern. To accommodate that, we'll actually modify the strum pattern slightly and we'll actually make it a little bit easier. To start, we'll have F for 1 strum pattern, down, down, up, 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 down, down. C for 1 strum pattern, down, down, up, 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 down, down. And B flat for 1 strum pattern, down, down, up, down, down. Now we get to the split measure between D minor and C. Instead of playing the full strum pattern, we'll be playing down, down, up, down twice. So on open strings, that sounds something like down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Now with the chords D minor and C, you'll have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Here's how to play the strum pattern for the split measure that had a D minor, a C sus4, and a C. So recall that we had D minor for 2 beats, C sus4 for 1 beat, and C for 1 beat. What we'll do here is we'll split the down, down, up, down strum pattern between C sus4 and C. So the way that will work is that we'll play C sus4 for the first down, and C for the down, up, down. So just practicing that bit, the C sus4 and C bit, we'll have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. And all together, including the D minor, it would sound something like down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Now I'll go over how to play Hamilton's verse. Most of this section uses the basic chord progression, so I would suggest learning that first. I'll start by going over the picking pattern. I'll demo on open strings so that your left hand doesn't have to do anything. So I have a low G ukulele, so this note is the lowest note. And the way that the picking pattern works is that I'll start by grabbing all 4 strings of the ukulele, and then I'll just grab the bottom 3 strings, the C, E, and A strings. And it'll sound something like grab all 4 and then grab the bottom 3. So again, it sounds like. There are 2 places in Hamilton's verse where the chord progression changes slightly. The first place is when Hamilton sings I Don't Pretend to Know. In this case, you'll need a new chord, which is a B flat minor. To play a B flat minor, bar the 1st fret and then put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the G string. Here's the chord progression for the section. So we have F for 4 beats, D minor for 4 beats, A minor for 4 beats, and then there's a split measure between B flat and a B flat minor, so you have B flat for 2 beats and B flat minor for 2 beats. And it might take some practice to get that chord transition down smoothly. The other case where the chords are a little bit different is when Hamilton sings Just Let Me Stay Here by Your Side. In this case, you have D minor for 6 beats, C sus4 for 1 beat, and then C for 1 beat. And all together, it'll sound something like D minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C sus4, C. And again, it'll sound like D minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C sus4, C. Finally, I'll go over how to play the picking riff that you hear in the cover. To play the picking riff, I used a pick instead of my fingers to get a sharper sound. The basics of picking is that you want to use a down, up motion on each string. So holding this up, I'll just demonstrate by playing the A string. You want to do down, up, down, up, down, up. And this allows you to pick faster than if you're just using down strums. Now I'll play through the picking riff slowly so you can hear what it sounds like. And again. Now I'll go over what your left hand is doing for the picking riff. A common mistake I'll see beginners make when picking any tab is that they'll be inclined to use only their index finger for everything. So in that case, it would look something like. And you'll notice you have to move your hand around a lot more. So what I suggest is making sure to use all of your fingers, your index, your middle, and your ring finger. Sometimes you'll use your pinky finger, but you don't really need it for this case. So to start, I'll use my ring finger on the A string, jump to middle finger on the E string, index finger, and then ring, and then index. And so by switching off which fingers you're using, you have to move your hand a lot less, and so you can get to the notes a lot faster. That's everything you need to know to play It's Quiet Uptown from Hamilton on the ukulele. You can see the cover video I made in collaboration with Alex Denny on his channel. You can also check out some of his other music. He's posted a lot of great Hamilton covers. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. You can hit the little bell icon and then you'll get notified when I put out a new video. I make a new video every Sunday. If you have any questions, any requests, leave them in the comments. And thanks for watching.